single childless women very generally tend to be much more unhappy, much unhealthier, especially mentally, much lonelier and much less fulfilled than women who have a husband and children. This is just statistically true. This has been proven.
And women know that they want to end up with someone, and women always need someone, hence the hive mind. What's going on, y'all?
Just be quiet. Lot of niggas fake, so I'm moving this side.
45% of women between the ages of 25 and 44 will be single and childless by 2030.
They are panicking because 45% of them will be single by 2030.
I saw this post on the internet that says study predicts that 45% of women will be single and childless by 2030. So since the assumption is that's a bad thing, I left a comment. I said some of y'all fail to understand that this is more of an assessment about the state of men.
I want y'all to understand, every time y'all see these posts, it's going to be the same type of women. It's going to be super filtered up women that are pushing the wall, or it's going to be femcel women. They're going to fall in two categories. Women that were in their prime, getting it in, very desirable, but they're getting close to the wall or past the wall, and they're using filters or whatever to make themselves still look cute. Or femcels, which they're a female version of an incel. They look like they don't get out. They look like they're kind of funky, musty. They look like they don't wash their hair. Like there might be something crawling in their hair. Their face looks like they probably need to wash it a little bit more. They'll look kind of nerdy, a little bit out of style, and then they'll be super vocal, overly vocal about whatever issue they have. Like they sat in the home without being around a man in forever, just pondering and marinating and overthinking stuff. They will always be one of two: a burnt out old school hottie leftover, or a femcel that probably ain't never been with a decent guy. She's too weird and she studies men too much. She's in her head too often and she can't seem to get herself together to actually ever date anyone. So this is what I want y'all to think about whenever you're hearing women complaining about men and minding their own business.
Rather than women.
You can blame men all you want, but the truth is, you did this to yourselves. You can avoid accountability, but you can't avoid reality.
That single childless women very generally tend to be much more unhappy, much unhealthier, especially mentally, much lonelier and much less fulfilled than women who have a husband and children. This is just statistically true. This has been proven.
And women know that they want to end up with someone, and women always need someone, hence the hive mind. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy, King David. Shout out to my new and old and my TikTok family. With no further ado, we'll get right back into this. You guys smash that like button, go ahead and share the video, and also drop me a comment whether you agree or not. Let's chop it up.
Proven through many different types of studies and research.
One side, look, that's why American relationships are failures. That's why American women on a global context are the worst for relationships, long-term period. That's why the divorce rate is the highest in the world here. And that's why on the desirability level, American women are at the bottom of the global barrel. This is all statistically documented.
And this is not stressed enough. And listen, I know a lot of y'all like, oh, I'll go passport sis. It don't matter where you go. Once that American accent comes out, they are automatically assuming you ran through and you bash your men in the country that you're from. So why would you not bash men in other countries? A horrible reputation is being built. That's why I don't understand why more women aren't stepping up to correct the reputation that's being built by American women, more specifically American black women, because they always use, black folks as human shields, and they're using the black woman as the archetype, the face of extreme masculinity, when obviously there's other archetypes in this country that are always behind the scenes, putting batteries in backs. But as long as see what they'll do in the forefront is they will act feminine, and talk in a monotone or whatever. It'd be passive aggressive stuff, but with black women, they'll, black women just being black, we're loud, so they're going to be loud, and They're going to end up being like the representative of what's going on in the States, when it's more than just them. It's all women in the States, right? Just is what it is, man.
From men, because at the end of the day, the ones who decide if a woman is valuable for a relationship is men.
Well, the man is the person that's going to have to, obviously, propose and buy the ring and all that stuff.
Give them the ring.
By 2030, 45% of working women ages...
You can see the gears were spinning in their head like, what? I'm telling you, a lot of women put themselves in an echo chamber so they don't have to face reality. So they surround themselves with a bunch of content creators or friends that are bashing men that aligns with whatever they're going through. And then whenever reality hits them, it's like, okay, I got myself together. I got everything going on I should. And they try to present themselves to guys aren't even looking at them. And then they get even more bitter and they get online and talk even more stuff because I got everything together. I got my C-Class Mercedes-Benz, all white. I have, my starter packet. I have my home. I have good credit. I have a business or two. I work out on the side. I have a good job. What's going on? Listen, you should date yourself. Because congratulations, you played yourself. You built yourself into the man that you want to date. Now, the problem is, I don't want to date the man that you want to date. I want to date a woman that I want to date. So you can't pressure me into dating you because we're in the same age range, because you're in some socio-economic place in life where you feel like you deserve a certain level of man. That's not how it works. Men want peace. You want structure, stability, partner, That's great. But when I see a woman that has done too much to develop her materialistic lifestyle and has not developed her spirituality, wanting to connect with a family, build a family from her womb, there's no connection there. I'm a father. You know what I'm saying? I'm a dad type. I'm not like running around, 304 hopping. I'm building. I don't want any diseases. When you get to a certain level, certain age, 39 and up, you're not trying to get any diseases. It's more important to enjoy your life here on this plane than to have a couple moments of pleasure, a few minutes of pleasure, and then have something you got to deal with for the rest of your life. We're going to do better than that, so it's just stepping our game up, you know what I mean? And we appreciate it if y'all do the same.
25 to 45 will be non-married, no kids, single. So you might say, well, what's wrong with that? If you think that you're going to genuinely be fulfilled in life because you made money, best of luck to you.
Now, let's take a look at a working woman who says she is deeply unfulfilled with her life because she doesn't have a family, despite having a career.
I turned 25 this week, and if I'm honest, I'm terrified. I'm terrified because I feel like a failure. And I don't know if anyone else watching this understands that feeling, but my life looks nothing like I thought it would at this age. When I was a kid, I always said by 25, I'll be married or I'll have a kid. I'll have this amazing career. And I've done a lot of cool things, don't get me wrong, but I'm about to be 25, and most nights I go to bed feeling so lonely. And then most days I wake up feeling lost, like I don't know what I'm doing with my life. I have this overwhelming thought of, is this it? Is this all there is? When you're 25 years old and you live alone and you have no partner and you have maybe 2 friends and you've struggled with mental illness your entire life, there's just not much to wake up for, is there?
They bought into the lie that their career was the most important thing in their life. But now it's coming back to haunt them as they are left unfulfilled by the dream that feminism sold them.
The thing with men is if they do something and they feel like it doesn't get a positive response, they will stop doing it. So it's like if a man started to bring flowers to his wife every week, and at some point he just felt like she's just very neutral about it. Okay, here's my flowers, puts it to the side, that's it. There's gonna come a point where he stops giving the flowers. But if she's always showing how much she loves it and appreciates it and she's pouring back into him, he's gonna keep giving her those flowers.
This example paints a larger picture of how men are being underappreciated, taken for granted, and demonized, which is one of the many reasons we are walking away.
Ladies, here is a hard dating fact you're really going to have to accept. These good men you say you're looking for, they aren't out chasing women. They're working there to the bone, chasing their dreams. Hell, it's more than likely they're not even going to approach you.
I saw this really cute guy at the grocery store the other day, and naturally I followed.
Absolutely. I'm trying to tell you, we're not going to approach you. All of the choosing signals you're doing, hints and all that, it's not going to work. Like, we're shutting off. I'm shutting that off. Me and being able to pick up on hints, because what it'll do is it'll make you hyperactive, and then you'll be picking up and looking for hints in women all the time, even when you're not in the company of a woman that's trying to date you. And it'll, you know what I'm saying, you don't need to be hyperactive like that, because they want you to turn it on and shut it off. So turn on your super sensitive hyperactivity and pick up on my cues, and then shut that off whenever you're around women at any other time, and don't try to pick up on anything else that other women are doing, because it'll make it seem like you're creepy or weird. No, you listen, we're not doing none of that stuff anymore, man, because each woman has individual signals that they give off, or whatever, choosing signals. No, we need direct signs. Just approach, call it a day, approach. We have stuff to do.
Put him to the checkout counter, and when he gave the cashier his credit card, I peeped it to see what his name was. And then I Googled him and found his social media profiles.
What?
I was able to tell that he was single, so I went through his friends list and I found his mother's page.
There's a word for all of this.
And then I looked through his mother's page and I saw that she was a member of this book club that's in my area. So I sent a request to join the book club. So I went to the book club meeting and I met his mom there, and we bonded over some books that we both liked, and she just thought I was so nice.
Little did she know.
And I brought it up randomly in conversation that I was single, and she let me know that she had a son that was single also that lived in the area, and maybe it would be cool for us to get together and chat sometime. So I gave her my number, which she gave to her son, and this morning he texted me and asked if I'd like to get together this weekend and do something. So I guess we're gonna go on a date. I'm really excited.
We don't care.
You would think
I believe it's satire. I don't never believe any of these women. Never believe any of these women's stories whenever they post them online. Most of the time they're lies. They're just trying to go viral. But it serves a purpose. Now, doing all of that, do you think it's a good idea to start a relationship off making moves like that? There's no way it is. Starting off a relationship, manipulating someone like that, it's only going to end in chaos. But that's how a lot of women operate. They do not want to approach their egos. It can't get bruised. It just can't.
she would have enough common sense to not tell the world she's stalking a random guy she saw at the grocery store. But then I remembered, this type of behavior isn't an issue as long as a woman is doing it. Take a look. If the roles were reversed, we already know where he would be right now.
If you look at it from a broad perspective, it's like they just want to be men, but not good men like alpha dog men, like back in the day alpha dog men too. They just want to be able to come up and grab you, do whatever, and they get off on the fact that you're the stronger gender, but that you can't do nothing. And they get off on it. And it's okay. Blind eye is turned, man.
Before we continue, brother, I would like to ask you to like the video if you have enjoyed it this far, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future videos.
Can you grab me a soda? What? Can you grab me a soda? Please?
Right now?
Yeah.
Last 2 minutes of the game, we gotta go.
It's interesting that she felt the need to pull her phone out and record before asking him that. They really do anything for attention.
A picture with me?
No, thank you.
No! Why not?
Go ahead, B.
I'm like one of your biggest fans. Come on. I've been watching you for years.
B, look how beautiful this
Must
girl
be
is.
talking about somebody else, but not me, huh?
Has a guy ever reacted this way to you?
No, never. I'm like quite shocked, actually.
Has anyone said you guys look beautiful today?
No.
No? Yeah, you guys should work on that.
Sigma moves. Sigma moves.
That also plays into the systematic stuff that I was talking about.
Oh, Lord.
Because a lot of women can't get jobs in construction.
Have you ever tried to be a concreter?
No, but I totally would.
I wish you weren't a liar.
Okay, why aren't you?
Because I'm not educated on it.
Why don't you go and get educated on concreting?
I totally would. Like, as soon as I get things straightened out,
Sure.
I want a different...
Look how she tried to move the goalpost. You see how quickly she moved that? Oh, women can't get construction jobs. You can get any job a man can get. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Well, I'm not educated. Get educated. Get the job.
Field. I'm tired of the medical field.
Let me tell you this, and you can disagree with me if you'd like. You wouldn't last 2 minutes as a concreter because, unfortunately,
I'd like to try to prove people wrong.
Who gives this shit?
in the modern world, you can think that all you want, and that's because your life is so comfortable that you can have that strain of thought. But the fact of the matter is that I did concreting for a few months, and I didn't last. And I'm not a weak guy, but these guys are some of the hardest people you'll ever meet in your life. They are up at the crack of dawn every day, breaking their backs. You would not last a single day. You can sit here and say girl power all you'd like, you wouldn't last a day, I guarantee.
He ain't lying.
You look so dumb right now.
Can't win for losing.
It doesn't matter what you do. If you aren't doing it exactly how they want, they're going to complain or post you on social media for attention and validation from strangers at the expense of their own husband.
Never kick a man who's trying to get a skinny dude at the gym, the fat guy jogging around the block or on the treadmill, the broke dude starting a side hustle trying to need of men.
That do too much. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all. Smash that like button. Go on ahead and follow on TikTok and subscribe on my YouTube channel. For you guys on TikTok, you can watch the replay and the full video. It will be available on the Lone Wolf Narc Bully YouTube channel. You guys on YouTube, go ahead and drop a comment. Let's chop it up. What do you guys think? Do you agree or do you disagree? I appreciate you. Remember, the algorithm loves the likes. So the more you guys like the videos on YouTube and tap the screen on TikTok, the more we can spread and I can get my content out to new people, maybe reach some people and get some more wolves to join the wolf pack. Anyway, y'all, appreciate y'all. Love you. And I'm your brother and I'm out.
In this game, you gotta have that dog in you.
Made in America.